Hello, everyone at the Flow Living community. Welcome to another episode of Flow TV. I'm so excited to be here with my sister priestess, Agapi Stassinopoulos. Oh, you have to just say that name just to feel delicious. Agapi Stassinopoulos, and her beautiful book, Unbinding the Heart, which I want you all to pick up and read for yourselves to learn a little bit more about how to deepen your relationship to yourself and your heart and your body. And I'm so excited to be with you.
Excited to be with you, darling.
Yes.
She looks more Greek than me, doesn't she? Yes, me
We're
with my
all
blonde
Greek.
hair. Yes, I'm the blonde Greek.
Well, you know, my health practice really does owe a lot to Hippocrates, because he did say, let thy food be thy medicine.
Oh, wow.
And of course, everyone who's watching knows that we are a food-based practice because it is the foundation for so many things in our health. Yes.
I also say let your thoughts be your medicine, because I watch how our thoughts are toxic.
Yes.
And they accumulate bad energy. And then you tell people say, I feel depressed, I feel bad, I feel sad, I feel low. You just say to somebody, what are you thinking? What are you thinking?
And that's why I really loved this book, because I thought how wonderful that you share your journey of, you know, the ups and downs when you think you've just found your way in the world and it hasn't quite happened for you yet.
Yes.
You're trying to manifest, you're trying to change your health, you're trying to change your life, and you get stuck or you feel like you're not quite making it.
Yes.
And you share these real stories about the moments in your life where you kept
Going. And then till the Red Sea parts.
kept
Or the Aegean.
Right.
And that's why I wanted to tell my story. This book is 32 stories about my life and my mother, my amazing mother, who raised me and my sister with such a profoundly ethical, fearless way. And no matter what she went through in her life, she kept going and offering and being generous. That's why the book is called A Dose of Greek Wisdom, Generosity, and Unconditional Love. And Agapi is the Greek word for love. And it's the love that no matter what you're going through and what you think you should be going for, you just keep on loving yourself. And how you do that is, what my mother taught me is how you make friends with the areas in your life that don't work out. And you befriend them instead of fighting them or thinking things should be different.
Right.
And part of my journey was that how I so much wanted, my acting career to happen, because I studied at the Royal Academy of Dramatic Arts. And I thought, well, I'm, a validated good actress, I should be getting the parts. And when I didn't, what I had to go through to find out my talent and how to share my talent unconditionally and how to risk and how to reach out. And I found it through completely, there was no book, there was nothing, nobody told me. I just discovered things by myself. And as I was discovering them, I realized I have to share them. I have to share this journey of how I overcame my, upsetness and my rejections and things that didn't work out.
And we have only interviewed a very few select women for Flow TV, because it's very important to me that all my clients have an understanding of what it looks like when you truly partner with yourself. And why I was so moved by your presentation, Agapi and I spoke together at the recent Hay House conference, and why I loved this book, which I read in a day. It's just so delicious.
A day? Can you believe it? Yes,
I'm a fast reader.
Just like that. You can read it in a day.
But savor it. I was so delighted by what it was sharing, was that you are an example of what it means to be in your feminine power.
Yes.
Because instead of pushing to get what you think you wanted to have happen in your life, the acting career, etc., because you stayed committed to your personal evolvement and your development, your psychological self-awareness, your vitality, your happiness, this whole other life unfolded for you. Now you're an author and a speaker, and you have this whole world unfolding before you because you gave that unconditional love to yourself.
Yes, and it wasn't easy. I mean, that's how I discovered my path was step by step. And I did the goddesses before, and I dedicated a lot of my time and energy to developing the work for the goddesses. But
which was a beautiful PBS special. You should definitely check that out.
And it all came because I felt I have to act, I have to express, I have to do something. And I think it's when, I always say, when the world doesn't give you what you want, there's a moment and a shift that happens where you say, well, I will give me what I want.
Yes.
And I really want all of us to get that, because it took me a long time to get that, when I just said, I will give me what I want. And I said, what do you want? And that part of me said, I want to act. I said, okay, we are going to put all your favorite monologues, I told myself,
Yes.
and make a one-woman show. And I'll find other supporting roles. So it's the moment where I cast myself as the leading lady of my life.
Oh, which I just
The leading
love that.
lady of your life.
What
you
would-
are the leading
Yes.
lady of your life. And when you give yourself the part, that's it. You don't even have to audition for it. You just get that part, and you say, I'm now in it. It's my play. And then you ask other people to be your supporting characters.
That's right.
And so, would you support in my play? I would like you to be my supporting actress.
Of course.
Great, thank you. And you asked me to say, support me. I just had a conversation with Alisa, and I said, I might want to create a relationship myself. I said, would you help me? He said, I would be delighted. Why couldn't we ask each other, say, hey, you know about that area. Go to the ones who know. If you want to unfold your heart and open up to have the Greek chutzpah that I found, come to me and I'll help you.
Oh my gosh. And what's so beautiful is when you're listening to Agapi and you're feeling the enthusiasm rising in your body
The Greek word
for life, right? What does it mean?
Enthusiasm means within God. And theos.
Antheos.
Theos means God. Enthusiasm. And
And you want to
that
connect.
is such a beautiful, and it's not easy. Who wakes up in the morning with enthusiasm? I like to know. If you, please email me, agapi@agapicall.com, and say, I wake up with enthusiasm. No, I don't know anybody. You wake up and you call it forward.
That's right.
Because it's there for the calling forward, and you connect back with your breath of life, the miracle of life. Yesterday I sat in my bed and I did half an hour of gratitude, because I wasn't quite feeling like facing the day. And I said, I'm grateful for my toes, I'm grateful for my eyes, I'm grateful for my health, I'm grateful for feeling good, my knees are working.
You see, Agapi does this assignment. I give it to all of you. You have to practice gratitude even in the moments where you are living your best life. You can never forget how to really keep that strength going of what are the practices that make you your best
so
you.
much for granted.
And
we
don't
much for granted.
Right, and we have to start really treating ourselves like priestesses. Like, what is the practice for you to live your best life, to start living yours? I want you to be so inspired by Agapi and what she has created in her life, what success she has created out of her fertile void, that fertile creativity inside of every woman. And I want you to think, what can you do to start being a change? I mean, you are changing people's lives. What can you do to use your health, your new practices of self-awareness? How can you be a change agent in your community? That's why I wanted to bring Agapi to you today.
Thank you for having me. Yes.
I really want.
And it's one by one, Alisa. That's the other thing. That in the book, I have a chapter called St. John in the Bass. I think it's chapter 18. I don't know which chapter it is, but anyways, St. John in the Bass is the chapter that I discovered.
Chapter 8.
Chapter 8. Because I had an epiphany, and I was in the bus in New York where I told a woman next to me a monologue that I had just auditioned for and didn't get the part, and I ended up reciting it for her. And that was, this woman got lifted and connected and had tears in her eyes, and that's when I got it, man. I said, I can have the bus to be my venue. I will make my venue.
That's right.
And I affected that woman's life, and I saw how I was waiting for the right moment.
That's right.
The right place.
Don't wait.
Don't wait. Don't wait.
Stop waiting.
There's nothing.
Start being yourself fully
Because
every
your
moment.
gift is there waiting for you to. There's no circumstances that are perfect in any way.
No.